Well, good morning, YouTubers. I am currently in northern Indiana. I'm about an hour from Chicago. In a few minutes, you'll know exactly where I am. It is 66 degrees, so it's pretty nice here first thing early in the morning. Yesterday, I did a bit of trivia. It's old people trivia, maybe. And it's a song, it deals with a song from the 1960s, and it deals with an intersection, and I'm going to put a picture up, kind of let you see that, and we'll see if you could figure out exactly where and what this is about. So remember, it's all about what the intersection is that I'm at, and there's only two of them that I'm aware of in the United States. So with that, I'm going to take off now. And like I said, it's only going to be a few minutes. You'll know exactly where I am. Today, I'm going to drive 330 miles. It's going to take me right around 5.5 hours. And my goal today is to do this in under 6 hours. And right now it looks like I have one stop scheduled. And let's see, I think that is it. Intervention-wise, I always hope for none. But I drove up here yesterday, and I want to see if this happens again. The FSD was horrible when it came to speed limits. It missed so many signs, and phantom has signed. And what I mean by phantom signed is for no reason whatsoever, it would slow down from 70 to 55. It would show a new speed limit, but the speed limit never did change. There was no sign. So let's see what happens today. And let me take you on a bit of a trip that I think you'll enjoy right now. And I think I'm going to make a right turn here. And I'm going to see if you figure it out. I believe you will. Any luck yet? Come on, you gotta know where I am now. What is that golden dome in front of us? Yep, we are at the University of Notre Dame. And since I was passing through here, I thought I would shoot a little bit of a video for you guys. This is the athletic area of the university. Over there is the basketball. And on the left, though it blends in well with the school, there's the football stadium right there. And straight ahead would be soccer, baseball, and over there is the indoor football facility. And straight ahead there, that is the hockey arena. So we are leaving South Bend, Indiana, crossing the St. Joseph River, and we are heading to Columbus, Indiana. Actually a fairly long drive, about 3.5 hours. So we are all set. And did you know that South Bend is on the border with Michigan? So had I just stayed a bit further north, you would have been able to see Michigan. So welcome and goodbye to South Bend, Indiana. I am about oh, I don't know, half hour south of South Bend. And we are in farmland. And let me tell you, there are miles and miles and miles of cornfields here in this part of Indiana. And right now it is 64 degrees at 8:35 a.m. And we are heading to Columbus, Indiana. And we should be there, well, we still have 2.5 hours. And once I get there, it's a short charge to get me home from there. And so right now the drive is going well. I had three, now I call them phantom speeds. 3 times my speed dropped to 45 from 60 for no reason. There were no signs. There was absolutely nothing. I'm guessing it used to be a construction zone, and that's the best I can give you. And as I mentioned yesterday, I had numerous phantom stops, or slowdowns, I should say. So I will keep you updated on that, and I'll let you look at some pretty farmland. I'm going to let you take a look here at our Tesla app. I've been driving 48 minutes. I have driven 40 miles. I have used 39 miles, therefore the efficiency of 104%. I have 196 miles of real world range left. And you can see the average temperature of 64 degrees. So just in the very beginning here of our trip, the good news is it's being very efficient as we head further south, and the weather is getting nicer and nicer and nicer as we're getting blue skies and pretty clear ahead of us. And let's see, we have another farm coming up here. I'm coming up to a little bit of road construction here on State Road 31 in Indiana. And what I want to do is see if the car's able to adjust to speed limit signs, which it did not do yesterday. So I'll let you be the judge as we come by. Right now, the speed limit is 60. I'm about a mile away, and I'll let you watch. So here we go, the speed limit. There's a sign on both lanes that says 50, and nada, nothing at all. Well, shortly after that sign, I would say about a half mile after that sign, it slowed down to 50 and changed the speed limit sign to 50. So I'm not quite sure what all that means or what it saw or didn't see. But I'll keep you posted because I think this is a current problem. All right, speed limit 60, and it saw it. I'm a little bit worried here on directions because yesterday when I came up, State Road 31 south around Kokomo, Indiana, was closed. The entire bypass was closed. which would add a whole lot of time to this trip because it's very difficult going through Kokomo. There's a lot of traffic and lights. So I am almost to Kokomo now. I just passed Grissom Air Base, and yes, there's still farmland. Speed limit changing to 55, sign on both sides, and nothing. So I'm not quite sure what this issue is, but this happens pretty frequently. My fears have been realized. I am heading through Kokomo. By the way, just passed another 55-mile-an-hour sign. Still says 60. So don't know how that can be fixed, but hopefully it can. So I am now in northern Kokomo. Car did not tolerate the road there well. You could follow along with me as I take this long trip through, and this is the first of many traffic lights I'm about to hit. Well, I won't talk about it much more. Speed limit signs of 45, not noticed on the car, then back up to 55, not noticed on the car. So I don't know if the cameras aren't reading it. I'm not quite sure how it works, but it's not working. So anyway, we are continuing to head south through Kokomo, Indiana. We haven't actually gotten to the heart of it yet. We're still in the northern part of Kokomo. And here is actually the third traffic light. I skipped one for you. And this is, I should count them. By the way, there's a number of car factories here in Kokomo, and you can kind of see here, transmission plant, we just passed the engine plant, etc. right, we're just about through Kokomo, and you can see we'll come together up here where the road that's closed will merge. That was a long trip through Kokomo. Let me give you a status here. Currently, as you can see, our efficiency is great at 109%. Part of it is because we had to go so slow through Kokomo, probably. I have 152 real world miles left on the car. Average speed has been 53 miles an hour. And the average temperature has been 65. I've been driving for 1 hour and 50 minutes. I've driven 97 miles. I have used 88 miles of energy, therefore giving me, of course, the efficiency. So doing really well. And our stop, yes, there's a lot of farmland. Our stop is in 1.5 hours at the supercharger in Columbus, Indiana. And again, I've never been to this one, so it will be interesting. It'll be a first. So I just passed 2 signs that said 45 miles per hour when flashing, and they were both flashing, and I'm still showing 60. So it looks like now I'm coming to a closed lane, and we'll have to get to the left lane shortly. This is not looking good. So I am in Westfield, Indiana, closing in on Carmel, and I'll have to get in the right lane, and I am getting in the right lane, so that's good news. And I'll be getting off of State Road 31 here and taking, I think it's 431, which will take me to Interstate 465, which will take me to Interstate 65. So right now there'll be a little bit of congestion here, I think, and some turnoff. So I'll let you watch along with that. Other than the speed limit issues where the speed limit changes but the car doesn't, I've not had to intervene at all with the car. Haven't had to touch the brake pedal, the steering wheel. I've been vigilant the entire time, and careful, of course, because that's what you have to be. But supervised FSD is doing its job. I'm simply supervising it. So I am now 3 miles from the turnoff, and I'll bring you back when I get to the turnoff. How's that? I am less than a mile from the turnoff here. We'll be on Keystone Parkway shortly. Move the camera for you. In the beginning, I talked to you a little bit about when I was in South Bend, someplace that I was, and I can't remember if I ever gave you the information about the 1960s song or anything, so I'll do that momentarily. We're getting over in the right lane as we prepare to exit and take our southbound Keystone here. I don't know if you could tell, but it's nicely getting over 2 lanes, smooth, no real issues. Good news is there's not a tremendous amount of traffic, so that helps. And here we go, getting on Keystone, which will take us to, again, 465. There is some construction there, and the speed limit on 465 is going to be interesting because the car did not recognize any of the speed limit signs yesterday. They're lighted speed limit signs. So we'll see what happens today. Now, let's talk about the trivia. So I think I showed you a photo of myself standing on an intersection of 2 streets in South Bend, Indiana, and the 2 streets were 34th and Vine. Just a second, we have a speed limit sign of 50, and we did it. So anyway, I was on 34th and Vine, and do you happen to know what song that could be in reference to? No? Come on, I'm sure you... Well, if any of you get a chance and go listen to Love Potion number 9, which was a song by two groups, one the Clovers and one the Searchers, you'll find that 34th and Vine is mentioned several times in the song. And again, there's only 2 34th and Vines that I'm aware of in the United States. And you saw one of them. We are in the correct lane to get onto I-465 in 6/10 of a mile. And that beautiful, clear, blue sky day has now turned into yuck. It's overcast and gray. Here is, we enter Indianapolis. And so you can see here, I am in the proper lane for Interstate 465. And we're heading east on 465. So we'll be going around the Cincinnati side of it, though we're far away from Cincinnati, maybe 70, 80 miles. So here we go. We are getting on the exit ramp. Let's see how we maneuver this. I will need to get into the right lane. There's a car in the right lane. We squeezed in, actually very nicely, to be quite honest with you. And now we're going to loop around here. Rather large loop. We're going to merge to the left. And I don't know if you can see in front, but clearly there's a pretty big chunk of construction. Speed limit 45, 2 signs. And the answer is, it saw it. All right. Yesterday that did not happen. So this is good news. And I'll wait until we get a little bit further here and show you again when we get to the lighted speed limit signs to see how the car does. So we're on 465 now. We'll be on this for a bit. And the left lane is closed up ahead. So I think I'm gonna have to move over one lane, but let me see what the car does. This is kind of interesting. I don't know exactly where I am. The car took an exit, and I don't know if it's trying to bypass perhaps some traffic. It moved over 4 lanes, and now it looks like it's going to get back onto I-465 after it got off. So I'm guessing what it did was went around some construction and traffic. So good. Here comes a couple of those lighted signs I mentioned. The car still thinks the speed limit's 55. So let's see. And as you can see, nothing. Quite interesting. Our next turn is coming up. So we are going to be leaving I-465 and heading to I-65 south to Louisville. We're 7/10 of a mile from the exit, and we're moving over. And it looks like we'll just have to move over one more lane and we're there. And here we go. These have been relatively smooth. All of the exits like this on this trip have been pretty smooth. And the car's been doing it in advance or earlier than it had in the past. Usually it waited for the last minute, and sometimes you kind of got hung out. But anyway, as you can see here, we're nicely exiting 465 as we get onto Interstate 65. And let's see how we get on. You can see a lot of different roads here that come together and circle around and all that neat stuff. And that's where we will be in a moment, on that road. So very, very nice job again. And still no interventions. Let me give you an update, guys. So we've been driving for 2 hours and 43 minutes. And let's see, 113% for our efficiency. I like that. 112 miles left. And I have been driving for 2 hours and 44 minutes. And I've gone 147, or actually 148 miles. And I've used 130, or 38%. And so far my energy cost is estimated at $9.63. So I am now on I-65 and did a really nice job. I am in Columbus, Indiana with some camera problems. So let's see how we're doing here. All right, so from South Bend to Columbus, 191 miles. I used 172, pretty good. Average temperature 69, 3 hours and 22 minutes. And so my next stop will be home. So we're heading there. Currently charging at 190 kilowatts. And the car did precondition for a little while, but everything looks fine. Good drive. That one problem with reading the speed limit signs, it's actually a little bit frustrating. But other than that, turns and lane changes and everything else didn't require me to touch anything in the car. So I'm still the supervisor. Trip going really, really well. I am about to take off for my last segment of this. Actually, it's only been a little over 24 hours. So I am in Columbus, Indiana, as I mentioned. This is a pretty good stop. It's got a nice little store here. It's the Get Go Cafe Market. And so it's nice. It's clean inside. There's room outside, like if you have pets or anything. It has plenty of room outside. There's actually not much else here. There's a little mini mart across the street, and that's really it at this particular exit. But these are 250 kilowatt chargers, and there's 8 of them. So it's a pretty good stop. Let's head towards Louisville, Kentucky. Let's get an update. We are 30 miles from the Kentucky border, specifically Louisville, Kentucky. And let's see, our ETA at home is at 1:39 p.m., which means we will exceed 5.5 hours. And I will blame that entirely on traveling through Kokomo. Let's take a look here at our efficiency, 97%, 169 miles left. Our average speed is 71 miles per hour. Average temperature has been 74. I've been driving almost a half hour. I've driven 34 miles and used 34 miles, therefore 101%. So far the cost for fuel or energy would have been $2.61. So we're going to head over the, I think it's called the Lincoln Bridge in Louisville. and then you switch from Interstate 65 to Interstate 64. We are now in Scottsburg, Indiana, and a lot of solar panels there. So everything else is going fine. Still no interventions. It's funny, I hadn't thought much about it until I realized I've not intervened at all. Well, there was one instance that I didn't report to you where the car said take over immediately, auto steer unavailable. It lasted for maybe 3 minutes. I don't know why. I had not received any warnings or anything, so I don't believe it had anything to do with me. So that was the one time where I did have to shut off FSD and take over the car. Other than that, we are doing just fine. Well, straight ahead is Louisville. You can make the outline of some of the buildings there as we come to it. We're 3.5 miles away. So there is a toll bridge on this interstate crossing over the Ohio River. And up here is my transponder. It's a SunPass, and it works on this bridge. So that's good news. Right 3 lanes are closed coming up. 3 lanes. Wow. We'll see how that affects our trip here. We are currently an hour and 15 minutes away from home, 2.9 miles from the... Okay, here we go. The speed limit went to 60. I think now it's 50. So here we go over the bridge. I'm going to need to get into the right-hand lane. And I guess you could see that we have lane closures ahead. So hopefully behind this truck, I can get into the lane. This is what I'm going to call the old bridge. And to the left there is the Lincoln Bridge. And let's see if I could show you. Nope. I was going to welcome to Kentucky. And I cannot show you the Ohio River because I can't see it. But it's over here someplace is the wide Ohio River. So we're going to get ready to get off of here, and let's see how we do. We are in the right lane, and so we want to go 64 East Lexington. And you can see the signs ahead, and there's Louisville. And we are in the correct lane right this moment, going around. FSD is so nice on situations like this, especially if I had never taken this before to help me and take care of me. There's the Lynn Family Stadium over there. Very nice new stadium, as you can see. We now got into the left lane, and once we get on here, we will be on our last interstate of the day. That will take us to Versailles. I just had one of those phantom stops. As you can see, the car shows the speed limit at 55. It's not. The speed limit is 65. There have been no signs or anything other than 65. So I'm not quite sure what happened, but the car slowed down to 55 when it thought the speed limit was 55. So anyway, we are outside Louisville. Well, let me give you a little status here. 108% efficiency, 122 miles of range left, averaging 67 miles an hour, which is really good. Average temperature 76 degrees. I've been traveling for 1 hour and 5 minutes. I've gone 78 miles. I've used 72 miles. So again, all that's good. And the estimated cost, $5.54. So in my old trip back and forth to South Bend, it would usually, with my 2020 Model 3, I would stop about 3 times. I said about because I think once I only stopped twice to charge. This one, as you saw, I stopped 1 time. And actually, had I charged to something close to 100%, I could have made it without stopping at all. So that's nice, but I don't like to drive more than 3 hours or so without stopping. So it works for me to stop every 3 hours. And on the way up, in one case, I went a little over 4 hours without stopping. So the range on this car is really good. It's the reason I bought it, and at this point, it is worthwhile. I am 36 miles from our exit, so I'll come back as we get to cross the Kentucky River in the area of Frankfort, Kentucky. I'll let you look at a few horse farms as we're driving towards Lexington, and then let you look at a castle. We are 11 miles from our exit. And this is kind of what the road is like, to be quite honest with you, from Louisville to Lexington. There's actually literally nothing to see. We just entered Franklin County, the home of the state capital of Kentucky, Frankfort, which is over there somewhere. And soon we'll be seeing the Kentucky River. I was looking there, but I didn't see it. There's a couple distilleries here. We're on the Bourbon Trail. It is time to go down the hill I told you about. So as we get to the bottom of this, we will be crossing the Kentucky River. I don't know if you could see it there, but it is there. And here's the crossing coming up right in front of us. I don't think you'll be able to see the river. It's really, really far below the bridge. But we'll try. That's about as good as I could do. I'm not sure if you could see it. So now we're going up that incline I had mentioned to you. We're just a couple miles from our exit. And as you can see, we're going to get off here at Frankfort, Versailles. So it's spelled like Versailles, and I know that, but it's pronounced Versailles. And we will see a palace of Versailles. And after we get off here in a bit, I'll show you a few horse farms if I'm able to get a good view of them. Alrighty, this is our last landmark. So since we're in Versailles, spelled Versailles, perhaps that may be the Palace of Versailles. So there's a castle over there, which I think is now the Kentucky Castle Incorporated. So I know that they do events and things like that over there. I'm going to give you some final statistics and wrap up things for you on this trip. It is going to take about 5 hours and 40 minutes. So as always, I'm 10 minutes later than my goal. this segment from Columbus, Indiana, the efficiency is 107%. I have 68 miles of energy left in the car. Average speed has been 64 miles per hour on this leg of the trip, with an average temperature of 77. I've been driving right now for 2 hours and 1 minute and have driven 131 miles. I have used 123 miles, and the efficiency of this car is just amazing to me. The range, the efficiency, the charging speed. I didn't even mention at my charging stops, one up and one back. One was 9 minutes and one was 6 minutes. I mean, and the one in Columbus, by the way, is right literally on the interstate, which made it really nice. So my watt hours on this leg of the trip, watt hours per mile, was 192. Now the car, the EPA rating is based on 220, so at 192 it's well below that. In other words, getting much better mileage than projected. And in the last 10 miles of the trip, it's 183 watt hours per mile. So this car is super efficient. And we are now at the end of our trip here. We are at the Bluegrass Airport, which will be here on the right. On the left will be Keeneland Racetrack, which you cannot see, but it is up on top of that hill there. So one side is the airport, and one side is the racetrack, and you can see them both right on that picture there. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this short 330-mile trip. And as we get an update, I'm going to do a bit of a city drive for you and let you take a look at that. Thank you and have a great day.